Hello everybody and welcome into the SFA Season 19 Week 1 BearCave games after a insane Week 0. Everybody else is coming to the party today. We've got a big time slate, 10 games, a lot of user versus user action, and then we got a great game day coming up between two vets, myself and the Wisconsin Baddies, going down to Atlanta to take on Coach Mike and those pesky Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in their triple option. As always though, this is the SFA. It's an online dynasty ran through Discord, Twitch, and YouTube. You can jump in anytime, claim an open team, and set your schemes, recruit in the Discord, and build your way up to a national championship. Links are in any of our descriptions if you want to check it out. And as always, if you are watching live, thank you so much. We just got a sub from Cryo and a sub from Coach Fi, 24 and 23 months respectively. If you have a linked account with Prime, you do get a free sub each month. So to avoid those pesky commercials, you can drop that. Really helps us out. And as always, you can check us out at patreon.com/the SFA for more content. Trying to think of the other stuff to plug. My mind's kind of all over the place. If you're looking for a Croakers update, my PS5 is broken, absolutely cooked. So I'm selling it for parts, and I'm going to use that money towards like a used one. So Croakers should be coming back. It's just delayed because hopefully somebody's going to come up to pick it up after this game day, and then I'll try to find a used one here soon. But in the meantime, we still got the SFA action. As always, though, we have a full slate of BearCave games. If you don't know what BearCave is, it's the best 10 games of the week that are not game day. We'll jump in, sim to the end. If it's close, we'll watch it. If it's not close, then we will just sim past it. Oh my god, we got some gifted subs here from Coach Keith. Thank you, thank you. Chef Moose gets one. That's Papa Smokes, Sirlax's Brio, Dog Water, Fat Boy, Historical, Big Mac, that's Mills. Welcome in, Combsy gets one. Let's go, nicely done. Thank you, Coach Keith. You are a beast. That's 115 total subs. Shout out to the Omahogs. And how about Shadud Slanders, the quarterback of the future? So without further ado, we'll get on into the action here, boys. So let me just get my bearings straight here, and then we'll jump on in. We're going to start out with a user versus user action. The first ever stream action for our new user, OK State, the Missouri head coach. So let's go over there. They're in the Big 12. We have Coach Chum Toad. He has a great defense for Tulsa, but he has no offense over there. So we'll see what happens in this one. As always, okay, Chum Toad, I do see you. If you're here, let me know, kick or receive. Okay, State, if you're here, let me know, heads or tails, kick or receive. You do get priority as the away coach. And this is a 6-point favorite here for Missouri on the road. So we'll see what they can do here. So are you going to rock with Missouri? Make sure you guys participate in the polls here, as this is your best way to earn raffle tickets, is by participating. And don't hesitate. You can always earn more just by watching the channel. So fling those things out. You guys got a minute on the clock. Get them going. Do you trust the brand new Missouri coach? We got the debut Decorian Thunder. Is he transferring back to Missouri? I don't think so. I know Tribe came from Missouri to Florida, but I do not think Decorian followed him. Oh yeah, Scout castings, I believe he went down in overall. And we also got big time Monday night game coming up. Lions, Ravens, I'll be simulcasting that here too. So, let's get on into it. Okay, so we'll jump on board with Coach Chum Toad here, as he's the only one here. Make sure you guys check out Home Field Apparel, 15% off. They just dropped Georgia Tech, and they just dropped SFA, the off-brand. I should have a home field gift card giveaway coming soon. I earned a $100 gift card from September by pushing all their stuff. So I'm just waiting for them to send it to me, and then I'll start that giveaway. So that should be coming soon for you guys. But anyways, let's get on into it. We'll jump on board with Tulsa. Here we go. Yeah, 420 is the official cutoff for BearCave, so if you missed it, you're cooked. Oh well. Let's get on board, baby. So here we go. Missouri on the road. Early season, I have to skip all the intro stuff. And I shouldn't be having any issues with any of my streaming stuff today. So let me know sound is okay and that kind of thing. But here we go. Tulsa Hurricanes against Missouri. And Missouri starts out with a touchdown. Remember, they do have Decorian Thunder, who was redshirted last year. Tulsa, though, keeping it up there. They have a decent defense here. 14-7. That's the problem for Tulsa, though. They can't really score points, but they get it back. We got a tie game here as we approach the second half. Oh, man, very back and forth here. Nobody getting it done. 17-14. Missouri takes a 10-point lead. It's now or never here for Tulsa here at home. Oh, no. 2 scores. Remember, guys, we cannot jump in unless it's a 1-score game. At 2-minute mark, it's 3rd and 16. 4th and 1,000,000. Can they get it done? Yes, they do. They keep the drive moving. 3rd and goal. They score. Nicely done. So here we go. Can they get the onside kick? Can Tulsa save Christmas here? It's recovered by Missouri. Now, they do still have their timeouts, so we'll see if Decorian Thunder, the transfer from Florida, he is a well-known SFA player, his final season. Can he start it off hot here with a victory? Remember, guys, make sure you're watching these teams. The coaches poll opens after this week for the first time. There goes Decorian Thunder. He gets up first, and he looks for the stiffy. Ooh, we got a hype chest. We got the down bad emote. Let's go. I don't know if you guys get the emotes or not. I don't know how that works, but 12 subs in the blink of an eye. Thank you, Coach Key, and the 2 primes we got. So handoff up the gut, and he doesn't quite get there. 1 more first down, though, should be enough to do it. And this is a cover, so if you're new around here, if it's on the spread line, it counts as a cover. They are good, Cryo. Just watch. Do you know that video where the guy's in the back of the school bus and he's like, she's very beautiful to me? That's how I feel about Wisconsin. You all will see. So victory formation for Mizzou. I do not think that they can run out this clock completely, but they should be able to kick a field goal. Pretty sure Shayshawn Upton did not score 4 touchdowns. Maybe he did. There's a video. Whatever. There goes Decorian Thunder. Oh, he makes a move. Touchdown, Mizzou. All right, we should be good. Sorry. My controller disconnected for a second. So the 2-pointer here, and it is caught. Alabama taking down Vanderbilt. Coach Cryo born on 3rd, of course. So because it's 2 scores, we go back to the sim engine, see if Tulsa can get one back here. It's an interception, and that should end up doing it here. And there it is. So the first game is a Mizzou cover. Nice try there, Coach Jumptoad, but you got to get some offense going. Of course, they just signed Shontavious Slime, the brand new quarterback, so next year they should be able to compete with some of these big boys. Cryo, nobody's impressed by your Bama team. Sorry. on your dome and in your home, as they would say. All right, so scoring summary. So Mike Tremblay, 17 to 38, 210, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Bellamy Williams leading receiver. 11 tackles, 5 TFLs for Anderson, and 3 sacks for Brian Henry. No interceptions. 2 deflections. The forced fumble, Joaquin, also Brooks, the SFA player. And for Missouri, you got DeCorian Thunder, 19 to 32, 277, 3 touchdowns for the junior redshirt. Let him cook. I thought he was a senior, but I guess not. And they got the game-clinching touchdown there at the end. 3 TFLs for Richard, 3 sacks, 2 interceptions. And that will do it. As always, take a second to get our player of the game screenshot. Thunder. Henry, only 1 SFA player. That is a Missouri cover for those of you guys scoring at home. And who you guys got tonight, Ravens or Lions? I'm going to probably choose the Ravens, but you never know. All right, next game up is Indiana at Georgia. Oh, boy. A lot of whining down there in Athens. Ever since he took over this Booty Cheeks team, it's been nothing but coping from Mr. Bald Boy. So, who are you riding with? Are you rocking with Georgia? They're a -4 favorite, or are you rocking with Indiana? So let me know. A lot of you guys whining about playoff changes. The reason why the rule is the way it is because of red shirts. A long time ago, people were like, this guy, I had a playbook, but the guy was redshirted because he's a different type of quarterback, so he shouldn't get transferred just for changing to a scheme that fits him. So that's why it's whatever their first game where they actually play, that's what the playbook is. That's why the rule is the way it looks. So we got some jersey requests. Remember, if you want jerseys, you got to be on Patreon. So Moon said classic, but I want Nathan to also wear red. Great. Okay. There you go. Beautiful. They are very different reds. Nathan, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. Nathan is here, so he's saying kick, but Nathan, you gotta tell me heads or tails, Slime. Tails and kick. Alright, so let's get her done. It's gonna be hilarious when Big Booty Bloomington goes down to Athens and stunts them. Let's see what happens. Brand new wide receivers. I don't know if Nathan actually started Sir Sproutburger, so that's something to keep an eye on. So here we go. First quarter. 7-0 quickly for Georgia. And Georgia gets 10, but a quick score for Indiana. $17-7. 23-7, not looking good for Indiana. They do fight back at least a little bit. Third quarter, going very slow here, 1 play at a time. 30-10. Not looking good for Big Booty. And there you go, get one back. Only down a score here. They punt it. This is your chance, Big Booty. And they do nothing with it. And yeah, Sir Sproutburger doesn't look like he's in the game. So we're going to go one play at a time here. It is 2 scores. And Indiana does have the ball. A big time pass by Jennings, who's in. 4th down. They're going to have to go for it. Remember, I cannot jump in until it's a 1-score game. And a fumble recovered by Georgia. So that looks like that might just be the game unless they get the ball back. And they do. So here comes Indiana and a quick score. A pass to Jace Ritter, the SFA player. Big time score. So here we go. They still have all their timeouts. Jersey on jersey. Nathan, you cannot find me a DM that says to start him, Slime. All right, so here we go. Georgia 30, Indiana 24. Here comes the full house, the handoff up the gut. You can't see what's going on. We are so back, season 19, same jersey on same jersey. Who's going to make the play for Big Booty Bloomington? Yeah, I can't see either team. So this is a complete cluster running it up the gut. Hand off to the outside. He gets around, and that should be the final whistle. Nick Bonds gets 20. And they should just be able to sit on it here, just like Moon does every day. So unless they run some weird play, this should be the game. This would be a Georgia cover. Welcome in, Airborne. A lot of fun games on the slate today. We get to see UTSA, post-Dogwater era. I am colorblind. They are the same red to me. We should be good. I'm just my controller keeps messing around, so I'm just trying to reset it for a second. No, I'm not going to reset the game. So we just have to watch them, unfortunately, drill the timeout. They had to push him out of bounds. They didn't quite get him there. So that should do it. That's a UGA cover. Got a new headset. Thought that was the problem. I guess I need a new controller. So there it is. Georgia does get it done. So Georgia cover. Nick Bonds has a big time day. Brother thinks I know what a driver is. What do you mean? So get your Bob and us. Now, unfortunately, today we don't have a Grape and Ghost, but we do have a Grape Crystal Light. That's what we're going with lately. Miss TC would like me to get off Ghosts. So the Grape Crystal Light. I haven't been able to try the Raspberry Cream, Coach Fi. It's not in any of the stores around me. So here goes Pat Jennings, 33 of 56, 466, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Kevin Moss, 11 for 30. Mitch Sanborn, the SFA reject, goes 11 for 188 and 2 touchdowns in his debut. The 2 SFA players right behind him. So the big new trio there at wide receivers popping off for Big Booty Bloomington. Brodus Walters, 10 tackles, 3 TFLs, 1 sack, no interceptions. And for Georgia, they got Matt Godard, 10 of 18, 144, 1 touchdown. Jake Munoz also played a couple of snaps. Bonds goes 31 of 143. "12 tackles, 2 TFLs for Doucette, the sack for Rivers, 2 interceptions, 5 deflections, 2 fumbles, 2 recoveries. I mean, losing by 6 to Georgia is not that bad of a game. That game could have probably gone either way there. I'd say that was a good start to the year. So Pat Jennings was the starting quarterback. And that is a Georgia cover for those of you guys looking at home. So we continue to move on. 2 covers to start this day. And now a game I am extremely excited about. We've got the debut of Coach Elvis down at Purdue. Then we also have the debut of Thad Russell over at Penn State. Penn State, a team that's been riddled with injuries, bringing in a quarterback that's been riddled with injuries. Surely that doesn't matter here. So Elvis, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. We got 20 viewers today. Welcome in, folks. A little precursor to Monday Night Football that starts here in a little bit. But real sickos will be sticking around to watch game day between Wisconsin and Georgia Tech over that stinky Monday night matchup. 2 bum franchises in the Lions and the Ravens. All right, who you guys got here? And also, it's a very tight race in the Tycoon in the Graveyard lead. So, a lot of different people could be losing this week. Coach Fi definitely on his heels. He needs a big-time night from both sides. Tails never fails in kicks. So the debut of Sid Huckins. Elvis kind of played the system perfectly. He goes to Hawaii, struggles for a year, but uses their massive budget, gets so many SFA players, and then goes down to Purdue. I don't know, if you get like a very offensive matchup like we've been seeing with the Ravens, you might be fine. The only problem is you're using a ton of big-time resources. So here we go. Oh, I didn't do the jerseys. Except it did work anyways, I think. Maybe not. I always forget when Dave actually wants me to do something different because he's one of the traditionalists. Tails and kick. Would you like me to restart Elvis to see if you have your white pants? If you put it here quickly before I click this. No, you don't care? Okay. Nick chiming in. Sorry, I didn't do my mandatory Rocky Top chant to start the stream. Down in the Tennessee hills. All right, 7-6 matchup here. 14-6. Purdue hanging tough. Oh, no. Not like this. Wait, they got a turnover. 28-13. They're hanging in there. It's a slight cover here. 35-13. Not like this. No, no. This might be pure domination here tonight. It is a splattering here in State College. 42-20. Can we get a backdoor cover at least? 49-20. No. And that will do it. Elvis, the debut here at Purdue, doesn't go to plan. 49-20. Thad Russell, have yourself a day. So Sid Huckins in his first career game, 19 of 39, 250, no touchdowns under the Concepcion line. Tariq Tremor had 2 touchdowns, though. Josh Avery, leading receiver. 2 guys with 8 tackles, couple of TFLs, 3 total sacks. So they're actually doing stuff. Got a pick. But just wasn't enough to hang in there. The defense kind of Swiss cheese today is Thad Russell, 19 of 28, 322, 3 touchdowns. Gutierrez is back and healthy, 154, 2 tutties. Looking good here for Coach Dave. I'd love for him to have a great year with Penn State one of these years. Fumble for Bobby Larkin. And that will do it. You got to start somewhere. You know, it's going to be a multi-year process for Purdue. I don't think they've won over 4 games in a really long time, if ever. Which is a crazy stat to... You got to look at their history. So that is a PSU cover. So 3 covers to start the day, folks. That was the first one that was like way over the line that was given, but State College, of course, tough place to play. So, and we move on. We've got Rutgers and Stanford. All right, Kenzie and Wind. Not a toxic matchup at all. Kenzie, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. This is a 7-point favorite for Stanford. The debut of Jim Romo. Can Jim Romo lead him to the promised land, or will Corey Light have a sophomore renaissance? All right, Win. So, yeah, I don't see Kenzie yet, so we'll go with kick for you. And then let me make sure I do get this jersey matchup going. Kenzie wants all black, and Wind wants default. So, default is going to be regular. All right. Jim, I don't know. Alright, get those Bobinos in. Are you going with Stanford or Rutgers? Going to be an interesting matchup here. We're flying through BearCave so far. After this week, everybody will have played 1 game, so surely nobody will be overreacting. But if I lose to Georgia Tech, I am going to crash out. So here we go. Rutgers and Stanford. And Rutgers starts out with a 10, only 17-0! Jim Romo might be the greatest quarterback of all time. Not like this, Wind. They get one back. Where is the Quentin Sims? Jim Romo on your dome. Can they fight back? Rutgers gets more. Rutgers, they're losing them. Oh, it's 20 points. Not like this. Oh, it's 30. Oh my God, 37. Jim Romo, baby, welcome to the SFA. A 16-point victory. That is an upset. +7. They won it outright. Oh my God. Is Kenzie the greatest coach ever? Some are asking. What an upset. Thanks for coming out, Stanford. As Juice Cobbins goes for 80 on the screen pass. Santiago Beachwood, the SFA player. They tried to fight back, and where is the slime? Where is DeQuinton Sims? Corey Light, 21 of 49. That's 42%. 293 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. DeQuinton, he had 21 carries for 92 yards. One of the best running backs in the country. Namari Dill, his debut, had 87 yards. Not the worst. I mean, the offense played fine. The defense, Darshell Wims, the like 800K outside linebacker, has 12 tackles. 3 TFLs for Colo. They couldn't get a sack. They couldn't get a pick. Couple deflections. And Jim Aromo, look at that line. He doesn't even get over the Concepcion line. 43% for the 1-star. But he gets the W on the back of Juice Cobbins. 42 for 197. And then Beachwood, Cobbins, both combined. We got a guy named Kirby cooking. And RNG, the SFA reject, gets 1 reception for 17 yards. What a start for Rutgers. 3 TFLs, the sack, 2 interceptions. Couple deflections. Oh, baby. What an upset. That will get your juices flowing, folks. I'm sorry, Wind. You can join Michigan State in the corner there of teams that should have won their opening matchup. So Rutgers with the outright victory, baby. There's always one. Remember, folks, don't get overhyped over week 0 matchups. Normally not indicative of season results. It's actually sometimes good, as Nick would say, to get your losses out early in the season and then win 10 straight. If Nick can do it, anyone can do it. So now we got a CPU game here. We've got UNLV and Clemson. So Cryo leaves UNLV, so the roster, of course, improves. See how they go against Clemson, who is a much lower overall than normal. So very interesting matchup here. Only a 3-point favorite for Clemson to start the year here. So get those Bobinos going. One of the better G5 rosters, of course. I think it was 37-21, Coach Fi. Tennessee, he's going to be nice and let him go undefeated. But then, of course, Nick, you know what happens if you go undefeated. You'll lose the SEC championship and lose in the first round. Tennessee has to get 2 losses somehow. All right, here we go. We'll jump on board with UNLV. See what they can get going here tonight. The ACC currently the top conference in terms of power ratings. And we've got rain here in Death Valley. Let's hope real-life Clemson doesn't show up here. As always, heads and a kick. Heisman finalist from last year, Parker Towns, is in action. Roster pretty much intact. Very few went to the transfer portal. Only a few defenders. So the offense is intact. And it's a 14-point lead. 21-0 right to the dome. Clemson might be cheeks, folks. 28-0. UNLV. So Fresno State lost. UNLV up 31-0 in the first half. 38! They finally give them a pity score, 45-7. My God, you lose Coach Cryo and you go nuclear. We all knew Cryo was the problem. 45-14. And that should do it, folks. 45-21. There it is. A UNLV outright victory. Just pure domination there from the opening whistle. And yeah, Parker Towns just goes nuclear. He's going to be, he's going to probably be among the Heisman favorites next week. Parker Towns, 18-31, 251, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. Rush Kinghorn actually running the ball for Coach Cryo for once. Weird how that works. 140 yards, 8.7 a carry. Oh my goodness. What a win here for UNLV. Some shocking results. Marcus Jenkins with a pick. Or 2 picks. Couple forced fumbles. And for poor old Clemson, Josh Brown, 16-31, 2 picks. Four TFLs for Matt Reese, 2 sacks, 1 pick. And defensively, we got 2 deflections, couple forced fumbles, well, just 1 forced fumble, and a 24-point victory. Kenzie, Jim Romo is actually the best quarterback of all time, some are saying. All right, so that is a UNLV outright for those of you guys scoring at home. And we move on. All right, so this is a very lower on the totem pole matchup for some of you guys. You might not know why it's up here. Of course, it is user versus user. But, folks, these 2 teams I am extremely high on. If you've listened to Cryo's podcast this week, or if you listen to the Patreon podcast, I've been hyping up these 2 teams. Very excited. I think that these 2 teams could be playoff teams. Yes, I think that Texas A&M has a chance to win the Big 12 South and find their way into the playoff, and I think Louisville might be a favorite in the American. Very, very high on both these teams. It's a 3-point favorite here for A&M. So, Calv, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. Mango, if you're here, of course, let me know heads or kick or receive since you're the home team. So are you rocking with A&M? It's a -4. Or sorry, -3. Or are you rocking with Louisville? +3. Cryo, you can't go back to UNLV. You do know that, right? You can't go back. You can't claim those wins. Alright, I don't see any mango. Yeah, if you stayed, you would have lost that game, is how you should look at it. It's the blue square is never kind. Alright, let's go on board with Louisville. Reason I'm high on Louisville, they had a good year last year, and they had all their SFA players redshirted. They took an integrity hit, didn't get punished for it, and now they're here. 79 overall, not the highest, but a contender in the American nonetheless. And of course, A&M, they are back. This team is excited for the first time since the Rex Beavers era. They've got Axton Brasfield coming in from North Texas. The Colt is going crazy. So here we go. Kyle Field. Zeros on the clock. Both sides feeling each other out. 7-0 for A&M. A lot of SFA players on both sides of the ball. 14-0 for A&M. They have a great start. 28-0 in the blink of an eye. The American Louisville not looking good here. 35-7. So Louisville getting their pants pulled off of them a little bit here, as maybe those redshirted players are a bit rusty for sitting a year to get one back. Can we get to within a score? They do get one, Damari Baker, and they can't do anything with it. So 35-14 looks to be close to the final. Can we get one more pity score? No, we can't. So 35-21, that is an A&M cover. As we'll look at the stats. Brasfield ran it in. They got a returned punt. So everything working out here for A&M. Great start to Mango's year as Finn Fisher, 24-41, 358, a touchdown, 2 picks. DeWillis Duck, the SFA player in his debut, under 2 yards a carry. Not a great start. That's a funny, you be gay. Peyton Hodgkins gets 2 for 44. Damari Baker, 11 of 50, or 11 tackles, 5 TFLs. 1 sack. No interceptions. And for Axton Brasfield, 21 of 40, 305, and 1 touchdown, transferring over from the Denton Fatties. And oh boy, how somehow even worse than Louisville. Look at the running here. 1.4 a carry? Holy smokes, they have no run game. He did do okay in the pass game, though, but man, oh man, Tanner Hyde, no catches either. But hey, a win is a win. 18 tackles for Brenton Richardson, 8 TFLs, 3 sacks for McNeil, 2 interceptions, deflection, and no forced fumbles. So very interesting stat lines there. No run in that game at all. Let's pay you guys out. So 57% of you guys trusted A&M. Nicely done. So that is a A&M cover. And we continue moving on. We are flying through this BearCave today. As next up, we're going UTSA and NC State. So Airborne, let me know, kick or receive. You are the home team going up against the ghost of the big old fat boy here. I love this NC State roster. They are ranked. They are excited for a big time year. UTSA, the only thing they lost outside of seniors was Guy Yacht, the tight end, who we saw on game day last week. So Airborne, let me know if you're here. This is a pick'em. Very evenly matched rosters here. So who wins? You got NC State, or are you going with UTSA? Day Knight, of course, still on the team. They still have a few SFA players both on offense and defense. What was the Cash App offer? You can donate me $40 for my PS5 I have to buy. Sorry. Oh, speaking of ads, folks, we got Cash App. I got to put it on. I forgot to do it most of the on. A little smooth transition. TC learning a thing or two here on OBS. Alright, let's jump in. Airborne, let me know, kick or receive. See, Elvis sees what's poppin'. Brother, $40 won't even get me to pick up the phone. Remember, we're talking SFA bucks here. Cryo with the gifted. Hell yeah, brother. The original, the OG daddy. My king. Go listen to the Crimson Cryo podcast. Or the Cryo Crimson podcast. I forget which way. Airborne. Oh, okay, I see it. Alright, here we go. Enough waffling around. Is UTSA a bum? Jared Hurst is still there, Dogwater. There you go. You got your answer. He was asking me if he graduated. I didn't know. Your Lombardi winner from last season. But Poppy Showtime is here. He is ready to ball in the rain. NC State had a fantastic year last year. 9-win season. Actually may have gotten to 10. Oh, man, it's 14-0. This might be bad. UTSA turning into street pizza. 17-3. Oh, no. Drawn Flavors. They still have them. It feels weird. This feels like when you left Arizona and I was... Oh, my God, it's tied. The lore hasn't left them quite yet, folks. It's not this easy. The third quarter, UTSA! 24 unanswered. They get it back. We got to go one more drive. Oh, no. What's this going to do? They've got to punt it. Not like this day night. Oh, a 15-yard penalty on the defense. We're going to have to jump in here in a second, folks. 3rd and 7. They are in territory. They have a terrible kicker. Day, night. Trying to put Airborne to sleep. The mid-screen. It's caught. He has some room. Oh, and a face mask on top of it.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Uncharacteristic mistakes here for NC State. And they're at the 10, folks. Day, night, looking for the jugular. 4 wide. Where is Bakari? They hand it off to Flavors. And he's down to the 4. Coach Airborne on the sideline, sick of this. Looks like the rain has subsided, though, here. Pistol form, day, night, handoff to Flavors. Touchdown, UTSA! Bang! Bang! So now it's time for Poppy Showtime. Can he get it done on the opposite end? (31-24). Here is the return to the right-hand side. So here we go. Can Poppy Showtime get it done? Over the middle and dropped there. He's 13-21 today. He's got to pick it up here. They still have some SFA players. Bernard Bell. They do have the edge rusher still. No Rylan Warrenberg, though, but still have River Elliott. Showtime over the middle, and a big-time hit, and it's caught. River Elliott laid the boom, but Bryson Malone hangs on. The drive continues. Poppy Showtime yammed it deep, and oh, he was hit. Jared Hurst. The Lombardi winner got to him just in time. So 4 wide, 2nd and 10. They have 2 timeouts left. Poppy Showtime over the middle, caught by Cedric Tuffy. Or no, I guess Cedric Tuffy is hurt. The SFA running back that was just recruited. So now we got this backup Berg stand. So trips to the right side. Backup running back in. 3rd and 4. Yammed it and tipped at the line by Jared Hurst. Jared Hurst making his impact here again. He can't keep getting away with this. Picked off a couple passes last year on game day. Over the middle and no, missed! It's a turnover! He was open! Poppy missed him! Poppy missed him! Oh, that's sickening. And look at Flavors run. So one first down will end the game. Hand off to the outside. Flavors gets the corner, and UTSA is going to win the football game. No dog water, no problem. So both cryo and dog water leaving for what they thought were greener pastures. It might be the teams that are thankful they got rid of them. UTSA's like, thank God this idiot's not playing us out of position anymore. Now we can actually win some football games. So there it is, a 7-point win for UTSA. That is an outright victory. Tough start to the year here for NC State, but they can take solace in that it's non-conference. Doesn't necessarily matter in the grand scheme. But these games are very important for those at-large bids. So if you start losing these games, you're going to have to start relying on winning your division and winning your conference, which is a lot more difficult. So Drawn Flavors, your player of the game. Got benched for Mercury Morris last year. We're not drinking Grape and Ghost today, folks. We're drinking Grape Crystal Light. Trying to cut back on the ghosts per Miss TC. Sadly. Alright, so only a couple of games left, folks. We are breezing through this. Might start game day on time with the actual football game here. We got 3 more matchups. So as you look at the scoring summary, Cedric Tuffy had a big-time start. Let's hope he's not hurt for long. See how that impacts them. Poppy Showtime, 15-26, 127, 1 touchdown. Cedric Tuffy, man, what a debut, but unfortunately he was hurt on the final drive. He was also the leading receiver. So Cedric Tuffy, really hoping he's not hurt for long. Couple of TFLs for a lot of SFA players here. 3 total sacks. No interceptions. The deflection for Whatmuff. And for UTSA, day, night, 20-29, 272, 2 touchdowns. Drawn Flavors, 24 of 118. And Bakari Django, the GOAT, 10 of 157. River Elliott, he had 8 tackles, nothing else. Adrian Dockery, he had 2 TFLs there. The sack for Hollis. And, of course, it doesn't count the deflection that they clearly got. Stupid game. Why is it gray? I can see you, Coach Tribe. Welcome in, Slime. You might have been gifted a sub. I think Keith gifted some subs, so that might be the reason. I don't know. I am not a tech genius. But we got Tuffy, Flavors, Gene, and Turner. Max Gene, what a name. So that is UTSA outright, baby, if you're scoring at home. All right, 3 more matchups, and this one is a big one. I feel like these are both playoff potential teams. We've got, of course, Ohio Mania debuting a new quarterback. He trusts in Nelly Streeter so much. He benched Richard Cramp, who took him to a 12-1 season last year. And, of course, BYU, Coach Combsy, if you're here, let me know heads or tails, kick or receive. One of the best 3-headed monsters in the country with Earl Snyder Sr., Bentley Rodriguez, and what's his name? Good, the wide receiver. But look at that defense, 70 overall. So we'll see how much that holds them back. This is a who covers. This is a Ohio Mania cover by 2, or a spread. Combsy, if you're here, let me know. Heads or tails, kick or receive. And Ohio Mania, Coach Howard Black, if you're here, let me know, kick or receive. Django, he had 10 for 157. He was balling. So Howard Black is here. He wants to kick it, of course. So we'll see how the choice of going with Nelly Streeter works. He is a bit more of a dual threat guy. So we all kind of know that to win a national championship or be a contender, you need a 3-headed monster and you need a decent defense with some flying around safeties. That's kind of always kind of been the build. BYU has half that. So we'll see how that fares for them as we'll skip all this stuff. So here we go. Ohio Mania for like the 5th year in a row. Quick score for BYU. They only have 9. Come on, Ohio Mania. Here we go. Get it rocking. They get 3. Oh, no. They're going to get outscored. Ohio Mania, what are you doing? 3 points in the first game. Come on, Slime. They get, oh my God. It's 26-6. Ohio Mania, please. Remember, they have Sebastian, or Shankakowski at this point. Can they get one back? They do. We're back within 1. Very up and down team here. They get a big play, though. Can they get the stop? That is the question. Remember, folks, we have to jump in once it's at 2 minutes. And they can't get it done on 4th down. So Ohio Mania gets their chance. New quarterback, here's your chance. Nelly Streeter, the true freshman dual threat. Remember, folks, the debut, J.C. England, my king, over the middle, and it is caught. The drive continues. That is Udo Uzuma, the SFA player. But watch out, folks, for number 12. The debut of J.C. England. There he is! The king of the yams. Bottom of your screen. And they hand it off here to Rudy Rollins. Somehow isn't hurt yet. This might be the first time ever we've watched him live. He's been hurt for 3 years straight, it seems. He was a former gem prospect. Nelly Streeter to the flat. It's caught. There's Rudy Rollins when healthy. He runs over everybody. Rudy Rollins. Originally recruited by Chumto down in New Mexico. Nelly Streeter up the gut, and he slides. He gets 8. Ohio Mania looking good here. 2nd and 2. Motion. Handoff. Rudy Rollins to the outside, and he's brought down from behind. Combsy not going away without a fight. They are in field goal range, but that doesn't really matter here. I don't know why I said that. 2 tight ends, 3rd and 2. Streeter, handoff. Rudy Rollins up the gut down to the 2. Here comes Ohio Mania. They've been doing it for half a decade at this point. My king, J.C. England, is in. Please, throw it to J.C. Throw it to J.C. Caught! It's Yuno Uzuma! Touchdown, Ohio! What a debut for Nelly Streeter! But now the defense has to survive. You've got Earl Snyder Sr., Bentley Rodriguez, and the wide receiver good. Sebastian Shankakowski makes the extra point. So the three-headed duo, this is why they're here. It's why Earl Snyder Sr. came back. He hasn't had the best debut today. He was my pick to win the Heisman Trophy this year. All right, so Elijah Good. That's only his second catch of the day. Got to hurry it up. It looks like Bentley Rodriguez might be out. I don't remember him having dreads as he yams is deep, and it's caught! Kyle Archie. Big pass from Earl Snyder Sr. already across the 50. Couple of SFA players on this defense, especially the defensive line. See if they can't hit home. Quick blitz, yams it deep, left side into the dirt. Quanshay Doolittle in the area, the former 5-star SFA corner. Quayshawn. Second and 10. Yams it deep down the seam, and oh, that could have ended the game! It was underthrown, and Miller dropped it right through the wickets. Third and 10. 44 seconds left. Elijah Good, top of your screen. Yams it over the middle, and it's... They get 10. 4th and inches, game on the line, desperate for it here. Ohio Mania, and it's caught! Justin Bush, so no Bentley Rodriguez. He's out of the game, I guess. Another injury to a starting running back. Quasi Stutz, the former Texas player, as they will just spike this here. 21 seconds in a dream. They need to get into range here. They can definitely still mess this up. 5 wide for the Mormons. All-out blitz here for Ohio. It's caught! It's caught! Down to the 12. It's a chip shot from here. Not like this, Ohio Mania. They're going to have to clock it here now with 10 seconds left. Just kick it from here. Just kick it. Do not mess this up. Do not run another play. Do not. Okay, they'll run the field goal here. So BYU to win the game. What a drive from Earl Snyder. The kick gets up and it's good! So Ohio Mania, 8 seconds in a dream. Can Coach Black do it again? We got Elvis. Thank you for 3 months, Slime. Josiah Bond, 22 yards. The former North Texas Mean Grain. We got 5 seconds left. 80 yards is what they need. Tripp's right. It's going to be a J.C. England miracle. I can feel it. J.C. England on your dome. J.C. England, please! He yams it deep and incomplete. Triple zeros! Ohio Mania can't get it done! BYU survives on the road in a very entertaining game. And that is going to be a BYU outright, folks. What a game. BYU jumped out to a very big lead. Ohio Mania came back, but the defense just couldn't hold at the end. So BYU wins it. Tough way to go for Ohio Mania. No flag flying today. Keep that GIF in your pocket today, folks. Tough way to go. Quick Crystal Light break, and then we got two big-time games coming up. We got Papa Smoke, baby. Battle of the Beak winner. Bang! Coach Mike cooking here. All right, the scoring summary. So, Bentley Rodriguez, he did start the game. And Udo Uzuma, a couple of touchdowns. So, 1929, 194. Great start to the career for Nelly. It's just, they just couldn't win the game. JC England, only one catch. You're ruining him already, Howard. Get my slime the ball. Two sacks, though. The interception for Quayshawn Doolittle. Couple deflections. Earl Snyder Sr., 23 of 31, 272, one touchdown. Bentley Rodriguez had 19 carries, and then Bush had to come in. But they escaped. That's all you can ask from them. Quantez Flapjack, 14 tackles, couple of TFLs, a sack. Middle linebacker was doing it all today. Yeah, definitely not going to incorporate real life money into this for the bet and stuff. That would be wild. All right. Just got to get my screenshots, and then we will keep on going. We've got Maryland and Michigan coming up next. This was BYU outright. Remember, guys, all of the VODs will be posted on YouTube later tonight. Highlights from game day tomorrow. And I'll post all the games in the Discord later on tonight as well. We have recruits. 6 recruits are committing tonight. Very across the board in offers that committed to start the year. Very interesting week. So we got Michigan, Big Ten. All right, so a lot of Big Ten here to end the day. So, Coach Papa Smoke, heads or tails? Kick or receive only, I guess. Kick or receive. Michigan still hanging on to that top 25 rating, even though they've kind of been gutted here without Mango. Still have a few SFA players. Well, this is a 2.5-point favorite for the Michigan men on the road. So a bit of disrespect here for Maryland. So get those Bavanos in. Oops, I messed it up. Hold on. Michigan is the favorite. Maryland is not the favorite. I feel like Maryland should be the favorite. I love these boys. Papa Smoke's teams, I love. Papa Smoke is just so good against everybody that isn't North Carolina and Iowa. Or no, he owns Iowa. Never mind. It's only North Carolina. So Papa Smoke dominates everybody else. Papa Smoke's a baller there, Dogwater. You can't forget Papa Smoke. Otherwise, he'll be up on you by 50 by halftime, and then Benedict Hasselbrook will throw the game away. So here we go. Michigan and Maryland. Maryland not ranked. Some disrespect there, in my opinion, maybe. Remember, guys, after week 1, everybody will have played one game, so you'll be encouraged to do your coaching rankings 1 through 25. All right, here we go, folks. Here in Maryland, can they get the job done? 7-0. Oh, baby, 14-0 in the blink of an eye. The Terps are rolling. 21-0. The Michigan men are on the ropes. It's 28-0 right to the dome. 28-7. Can they finish them off? Finish them off, Terrapins. Yes. Domination here for the Terps. An absolute splattering of the Michigan men. Turning them into Michigan boys. Maybe even Michigan infants at this point. An interception, who cares? That will do it. Maryland gets it done. That is an outright victory here at home. Congratulations, Papa Smoke. Maryland plus 2.5. CeeLo Gold, Kiki Okacha, Zaire Bradley, all SFA players scoring here. They even got Justin Jefferson. All SFA players scored in this game, by the way. Benedict Hasselbrook, 23 of 31, 358, 5 touchdowns for the seniors. CeeLo Gold had himself a touchdown. Kiki Okacha. Okay, this guy's named John Jefferson. Never mind. That would have been funny if it was Justin Jefferson. But Zaire Bradley, he gets a tutty. Cade McKinstry does. All SFA players besides that one. 4 TFLs for Prather. The sack for Prather. The interception for Stephen Gilmore. Travis McMillan, their new quarterback, 13 of 27. Oh, no, they might be cheeks, folks. They had a 69 overall quarterback. What did Mango do to this team? My boy Biggles, though, he scored. Finley Coulter scored as well. That's a guy that Coach Fi cares about. Thunderpants with some pancakes. Hell yeah. Where's my boy Meatball? Meatball, only a couple of tackles. Nothing crazy. 3 forced fumbles, so they still fumbled the ball 3 times. The turnover's still following Maryland around, but it didn't matter. Yes, I will be ranking the Terps. Hell yeah. I will 100% be ranking the Terps. Hail, hail to Maryland, the owners of the North. Hail to those Terrapins, hail to those Terrapins, hail, hail to Maryland, the owner of the North. Bang, bang, bang. Yes, rank the baddies. You will see here in a little bit, but first, the main event of BearCave. We've got Tribe. We've got the Beanie Babies, Scotty Bean. Florida, who continues to disappoint everybody. They go off to like 4 or 5-0, and then they finish 7-5. It's happened like 3 years in a row. Can Tribe finally find a way? It's a 5-point favorite for those Gators. They've got some big transfer portal additions. The Beanie Babies doing what they do best, just grinding along. Can Scotty Bean have a career year here? Tribe is here. Tails and kick, the main event. Number 13 versus number 25. And we, of course, we got to get these. We got a whiteout, and then the orange helmet, the blue shirt, and orange pant. All right, here we go, folks. The main event of BearCave. Get those Bobinas in. Remember, folks, we got game day coming up. We've got not Maryland. We got Wisconsin, my team, taking on Georgia Tech. I used to dominate Mike sometimes when I was in the ACC, so we'll see what happens. So here we go. We're up in Champaign, Illinois. Tribe, what do you want? Tails and kick. Let's see what happens. Seven oh. Oh my God! They scored before I could talk. 14-7. Florida is explosive. This is what we thought they'd be with Kareem Paul. 21-7. The Beanie Babies are lost early. They're battling back. They're only down by 7. They gave up, it must have been a kickoff return or something. 28-14. The Beanie Babies have got to battle here. Come on, Beanie Babies. They get one. Scotty Bean driving down. Going back and forth here. Drive continues. 3 minutes left. Down they go, and they score. We tie it up. All right, we're almost to the point where we got to jump in here. One more play. There it is. 2nd and 2. Can Florida get it done? Tied game, 28-28. Dumps that off over the middle. It's caught. Brought down by the linebacker. Danny Newsom with the catch. We got a new quarterback for Florida, Matt Tremblay. Decent day today. Roderick Black is the same running back. Tremblay takes off. He can't get brought down. And oh, what a hit from the corner. Not going to lie, Tremblay kind of has some aura here. Number 8. Hello. John Henry Mustard on the tackle. I think that's Ross Sandstrom that couldn't bring him down. So across the 50 here for the Florida Gators. 90 seconds left. Play action. Tremblay again. This time, no, he breaks the tackle. He down the save. There he goes. Abdul Smallwood has to tackle him. They are in field goal range now. The tackling from these linebackers not too great to start the day. Hand off to Roderick Black. There it is. Making up for his earlier miss there with a TFL. So the Beanie Babies going to have to burn some timeouts here. They'll throw it. Tremblay, deep drop, dumps that off to the corner. It is caught, and down he goes. That's Braden Fleer, the SFA tight end. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Beanie Babies. Coach Tribe, Florida. Offset eye. First down would end the game. Roderick Black, down he goes. No, he stays on his feet. What the heck did I just watch? Illinois with the worst tackling I've ever seen. What is this tackling? Their only hope now is to let Florida score. And Roderick Black, he's not going to. You can see he's just trying to get it to the left hash. I cannot believe Roderick Black just broke like 3 tackles in the backfield. I cannot believe that. So one more play, the fullback dive down to the 5. And now Florida calling a timeout. So I don't know what Tribe's now doing. Maybe he's messing up his clock management. Wouldn't shock me with the way Florida is run. Black again, down he goes. No timeout called. So they got to race the field goal unit out there. So here we go. Another game-winning field goal to walk off on BearCave. The kick, he's going to leave time on the clock. It's good. But now Illinois has a chance. So some mismanagement there by the Florida Gators gives Illinois some hope. So can the Beanie Babies cash in? Down at the 21. Got 3 seconds left. Can Scotty Bean, Mr. Bean RB, can he get it done to start a magical season for the Beanie Babies? Trips to the right-hand side. And down he goes. He doesn't even get the ball off the shoulder. Ladarius Quanswamp, the LSU transfer, ends the game. He belongs in the swamp, baby. Hell yeah. What a game. There come the Gators. Great win to start the season here for Florida. That is a Florida no cover. They were a 5-point favorite, only won by 3. So a crazy week 1. So far, 124 teams have played. Only 2 remain. Wisconsin and Georgia Tech. We'll go through the stats and we'll go through next week's games. I'll pause for about 5 minutes and I'll get game day loaded up. If you like watching triple option, if you like watching me crash out, if you like watching fumbles that go 30 yards backwards, you will tune in to game day. Yes, sir, we are getting that baddie dub. All right, so yeah, it was an Alvin Cornett kickoff return there, and then Jamar Cotton. So some SFA player magic there for the Gators. Matt Tremblay, great debut. 15 of 24, 214, 2 touchdowns. Black had 92 yards, 1 touchdown. He also led in receptions. Not a lot of passing today. Defensively, Ace Jackson, the transfer from Oklahoma, got it done along with Ladarius Quanswamp. He had 2 sacks on the day. What a transfer portal. LaCale Penn also had a sack. No deflections, no forced fumbles or anything. And then for Illinois, the Beanie Babies, 21 to 26, 246, 3 touchdowns. Great debut, or not a debut, but great game for Scotty Bean. I think they're going to have a good season here. Just, sometimes tough to beat some of these higher overall teams, but good start to the year. I think they are still a division guy. And oh my God, look at the best player on the defense, Cam. Edwin Caruso! The defense man cannot buy a tackle, though. If it actually tracked broken tackles, that would be a disappointing stat line. So, yeah, if Illinois can learn to tackle, they will be scary. But that day is not today. It was the tackling, Cam. That was the only thing. If you tackle him before the first, you had a minute left for your offense. So this is a Florida no cover. And as is BearCave tradition, folks, before we jump on into game day, we're going to preview next week. So first, I want to make sure there's no more games left. Nope. So week 2 next week, Florida State, Arizona, Texas Tech, Texas State. That may just be game day. Georgia, Louisville, Indiana, Rutgers, Georgia Tech, Oregon State. I play Coach Bob Toledo. Ooh, this is a good conference one. Illinois, Penn State. Ohio State versus Fat Boy. We'll look at the rest of the card. It is a big time week. There's a lot of matchups here. Going to be very interesting. Southern Miss BYU, that's a fun one. Notre Dame Syracuse, of course, the Sister Bowl. Nebraska Oklahoma. We've got some bangers here. Georgia Southern Baylor is a low-key good one. Auburn, North Carolina. Oh my God. Oh, and we got the Battle of the Beak early on this year now. So the Battle of the Beak next week. We may just need a Battle of the Beak game day. Hell yeah, brother. Battle of the Beak in week 2. Alright, folks. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be back in about 5 minutes for game day. So don't go anywhere. It's going to be a good one.